Croatia and England will battle for a place in the 2018 World Cup final on Wednesday evening when they face off at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. Croatia last graced this stage in 1998 and are bidding to reach the first ever World Cup final, whereas England have not made it to the biggest game in football since lifting the trophy for the one and only time in 1966. Croatia copyright Reuters. Croatia came into this summer's World Cup boasting some of the most talented players at the tournament, but the recent record on the biggest stage left them quite far down the list of potential winners. Since finishing third in 1998, the first World Cup as an independent nation, Croatia have failed to make it past the group stages, and even missed out on qualification altogether in 2010. However, the likes of Luka Modric, Ivan Rakitic and Mario Mandzukic have finally come good this summer, and in what may be the trio's final World Cup, they now stand on the brink of the greatest achievement in the nation's footballing history. While Croatia may not be able to match the World Cup pedigree of even England, the squad does boast significant experience, and at club level they have won 9 Champions League titles between them. England's players, by contrast, had won just one. Not even a Champions League final can quite prepare someone for the pressure of a World Cup semi-final, though, and so far Croatia have struggled slightly in the knockout stages of the tournament. After cruising through Group D with a 100% record, including a 3-0 win over Argentina, Croatia have needed penalties to scrape past Denmark in the last 16 and then host nation Russia in the quarter-finals. England should pose more of a threat than those two previous knockout opponents, but Croatia have certainly shown character during those past 2 games. They bounced back from a first-minute goal against Denmark and then picked themselves up after a 115th-minute Russian equalizer to win on penalties. Only one other nation has ever won 2 penalty shootouts at a single World Cup, Argentina doing so in 1990, and fatigue could play a part should Wednesday's match also look like going the distance. Croatia have a good record against European opposition at the World Cup, though with the 1998 semi-final defeat to France their only loss in 8 such matches. Indeed, that loss to the hosts 20 years ago is also their only defeat in 6 previous World Cup knockout games. There are also goals throughout this Croatia team, with the 10 World Cup goals being scored by different players, a tally second only to fellow semi-finalists Belgium. Whether that is an advantage compared to having one particularly prolific goal scorer like England's Harry Kane remains to be seen on Wednesday night, but manager Zlatko Dalic is confident that his side can stop the Three Lions captain, and if they do, they could well be on course for an historic World Cup final appearance. Recent form, Recent form, all competitions, England. Copyright Reuters. World Cup fever has well and truly gripped the nation, and fans, players and pundits alike will have been wishing for Wednesday night to come around from the moment the final whistle went in the quarter-final win over Sweden on Saturday. The semi-final against Croatia will be the biggest match in English football for 28 years, since they last reached the semi-finals at Italia 1990. Indeed, some may argue that it is the biggest game since the 1966 final, considering how the draw has opened up for them. There has been semi-final heartbreak for England in the past, though, from Gaz's tears in 1990 to current manager Gareth Southgate missing the crucial penalty in the last 4 of Euro 1996, so fans will still be guarded despite the team already surpassing all expectations in Russia. It is perhaps no coincidence that a tournament which began with almost unprecedentedly low levels of expectation has resulted in England's best run for almost 3 decades, with the players finally looking free from what has been a suffocating weight of pressure in the past. Some old demons have been exercised too. A first World Cup penalty shootout victory in 4 attempts over Colombia in the last 16 saw belief levels shoot up, and the relatively comfortable nature of their 2-0 win over Sweden in the quarter-finals, albeit via a man-of-the-match display from goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, instilled further confidence in the ability of Southgate's youthful squad to handle the big occasion. There is no getting away from the fact that the draw has fallen kindly for England, though, and Croatia are likely to be a step up in class from any other team they have faced in Russia so far, given that the final group game against Belgium saw Roberto Martinez field a second-string side. One route to success for England could be via set pieces, which have proven to be a rich source of goals for them at this World Cup. 8 of their 11 goals have come via the route, already the most at a World Cup since Portugal 1966, while 3 of the 4 goals Croatia have conceded have also come from set pieces. Fans will take any omens that grant optimism at this stage of a tournament too, and the last 3 teams to score 4 or more goals from corners at a World Cup, a feat England have already achieved, have gone on to lift the trophy: Germany in 2014, Italy in 2006 and France in 1998. Regardless of what happens on Wednesday night, it has already been a World Cup to remember for England. The tally of 11 goals is the joint highest ever, alongside 1966, and they have come from 5 different goal scorers, which is also the joint most they have ever had at a tournament. Southgate's side will arrive in Moscow full of confidence, having lost just 2 of the last 30 competitive games and only 1 of the last 6 World Cup outings, although if they are to progress then they will have to beat 2 European nations at a single World Cup for the first time since 1982. The 3 Lions have already broken records galore at this tournament, though, and if they can end the semi-final hoodoo which has seen England lose the last 3 at major tournaments, then they will etch the names even deeper into English football history. 1 month ago it would have been scarcely believable that England would still be involved in the final week of the World Cup, but the 3 Lions are potentially now just 180 minutes away from bringing it home. Recent form, WWLWW. Recent form, all competitions, WWLWW. Team news. Copyright Reuters. Southgate should have a fully fit squad to choose from for Wednesday's match after all 23 players took part in the final training session on Tuesday morning. Jordan Henderson, who is on an unprecedented run of 30 consecutive England games unbeaten, had been a doubt with a tight hamstring, but he is expected to be fit to play. There are also minor doubts over the fitness of Pickford and Dele Alli, but both are also expected to feature, with Southgate likely to name an unchanged side. Should that be the case, then Raheem Sterling will once again lead the line alongside Kane, despite criticism of his performance during the win over Sweden. Kane has had no such trouble in front of goal and still leads the Golden Boot race with 6 goals, a tally only Ronaldo in 2002 has betted from the past 9 World Cups and 1 no European player has beaten since 1974. Jamie Vardy is back available after missing the quarter-final win over Sweden with a groin problem, but he is likely to be left on the bench once again. Croatia will be without first-choice right-back Šime Veselko, who has been ruled out due to a knee injury he sustained during the quarter-final win over Russia. Veselko's absence could see Domagoj Vida moved out to right-back and former Tottenham Hotspur defender veteran Čorluka drafted in alongside Dejan Lovren at the heart of the defence. Dick is also sweating over the fitness of goalkeeper Daniel Subasic, who picked up a hamstring injury against Russia but went on to finish the match. Croatia possible starting lineup: Subasic, Vida, Lovren, Čorluka, Strinic, Rakitic, Brozovic, Rebic, Modric, Perisic, Mandzukic. England possible starting lineup: Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Henderson, Trippier, Lingard, Ali, Young, Sterling, Kane. Head-to-head, this will be the 8th meeting between these two sides, with England winning 4 and losing 2 of the previous 7. One of those England victories came in their only previous meeting at a major tournament, with the teenage Wayne Rooney helping England to a 4-2 victory in the group stages at Euro 2004. Croatia got revenge with a victory over Steve McLaren's England, which denied them a place at Euro 2008, although the last 2 meetings have seen England win by a 9-2 aggregate scoreline, winning 4-1 in September 2008 before sealing the place at the 2010 World Cup with a 5-1 triumph at Wembley.